Hello everyone, this is the last word and I'm Maria Shakil. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah today joined Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin in raising a red flag on delimitation. He said that the central government was using delimitation as a tool to weaken the political influence of southern states which have resisted BJP dominance. This came a day after Home Minister Amit Shah assured the people of Tamil Nadu that southern states will not lose any seat during the delimitation process. Here's a comprehensive picture of what this exercise of delimitation will do.
Mr. Stalin has said that this is a hanging, over southern states like a sword, the delimitation exercise. They also feel Lok Sabha seats will come down. In South, he estimates about 100 seats will come down. Mr. Siddaramaiah, the Karnataka Chief Minister, has also weighed in as far as this controversy is concerned. And he wants the southern states to unite. What has Mr. Siddaramaiah said? He has said South states should not be unfairly treated, and the southern states should come together. There is a deliberate bid to undermine the southern states, because remember, there are a lot of political connotations as far as this entire exercise is concerned. The Home Minister has said that southern states will not lose seats and they are going to be allotted seats on the pro rata basis. But let's just first, break it down for you. What is the delimitation exercise that people are so worried about? What is it that this exercise means? So delimitation is the process of redrawing boundaries of parliamentary and assembly constituencies. Now, initially, the whole idea was that it should be carried out to reflect the changes in the population of the country, because the population of the country keeps changing, and conducted to ensure fair representation based on demographic shifts from one state to another. Delimitation must happen after every census was what the whole initial idea was. And who are the people? Because there is a delimitation panel which carries out this task, which is set up by the parliament. So who are the people in the delimitation panel? There is a Supreme Court judge in the delimitation panel. Apart from that, also a representative from the Election Commission of India. And along with the representative, there is one representative from every political party in the country. So that forms largely the delimitation panel. Let's just take a look. When all has delimitation taken place? In 1951, first delimitation exercise took place. The population of the country was 36.1 crore. Total Lok Sabha seats were 494. Come and shift to 1961, the population of the country grew to 43.9 crore. 522 were the Lok Sabha seats. So first three delimitation exercise happened simultaneously with the census. In 1971, 54.8 crore. The number of seats is 543. And since 1971 till 2024 Lok Sabha elections, the number of seats have been 543. Why? Because after 1971, the 42nd Constitutional Amendment froze the Parliamentary Assembly seats till 2001. When I speak about the 42nd Constitutional Amendment, I'm talking about 1976, when the emergency, in fact, was enacted. The freeze was so that the states with faster population growth could implement family planning measures, and then there could be fair equity as far as all states are concerned. In 2001, because the ban was till 2001, the exercise did take place, but the constituency boundaries were redrawn, but the number of seats in each state, whether it was the Lok Sabha or the Assembly, they remained the same because of the anxiety of the southern states at that point of time as well. The southern states had opposed this. Now, from there, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the worries. Because the southern states are extremely worried. Why are they so worried? The southern states worry that the delimitation based on the latest population data, because remember, the census was supposed to happen in 2021, it has not happened, will reduce the representation of the southern states because they have been able to control their population. It will diminish the political heft of the southern states. And apart from that, their worry also is that it is almost penalizing the southern states for effective population control. They feel that their growth, economic, has been great. Population they have been able to reduce. They are unlike the northern states where the population is increasing, and hence they will lose the political heft. The worry in political parties in the south and also the Congress is that delimitation based on the population will give unfair advantage to the BJP due to its dominance in the northern states, because the expectation is that there is going to be an exponential increase in the number of seats for Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and other states where BJP dominates, and this will diminish the electoral impact of South. Because remember, even this time when the Congress has won 99 seats, 53 of those seats somewhere have come only from South and Maharashtra. Now, just a scenario, this is just a projection to make you understand why the southern states are worried. According to the projection of the population in 2026, when the exercise has to take place, this is what will be the Lok Sabha impact. Tamil Nadu right now has 39 seats. According to the population, if the formula is implemented, it will reduce to 31. That's a deficit of -8 for Tamil Nadu. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, both included 42 seats with the population, if considered, and the projection of the population in 2026, it comes down to 34. And again, 8 seats deficit. Kerala will lose 8 seats, will come to 12. West Bengal will lose 4 seats. Odisha from 21 goes down to 18, loses 3 seats. Karnataka from 28 goes down to 26 to 2 seats. So that's the worry, that on the projected population, because there is no census so far that has happened, if the projected population is taken in account, this is how the southern states are going to get impacted. But take a look on what happens to the other states, and particularly in the Hindi heartland. Just take a look at Madhya Pradesh, 29 seats at this moment. With the increase in population of Madhya Pradesh, the projected seat count could be 33. That is an addition of 6 seats. Bihar from 40 goes to 50, addition of 10 seats. Uttar Pradesh from 80 goes to 91, that's an addition of 11 seats. So this is where they feel that there is going to be an unfair advantage as far as the BJP is concerned, because it dominates these states. But ladies and gentlemen, in all this, the population and all this that has been spoken about, remember, the current Lok Sabha has capacity of 888 Lok Sabha MPs. Now, at this rate, while we don't know what the pro rata basis or what the formula that Mr. Amit Shah is speaking about, but even if there is proportional increase in the number of seats for the states, the worry is that the percentage of increase for the southern states will not match the massive percentage of jump that the states in North India will have. If you take a look at 15-20 lakh sort of a population representation, South will be at a disadvantage, North will have a massive advantage. How will all that be balanced? Will there be a general consensus? Will the formula be evolved after talking to all stakeholders? That remains a big question.
And joining me now is A. Saravanan, spokesperson of the DMK, Prashant GS, is spokesperson of the BJP, Sanjay Kumar is professor of CSDS. We have T. Ramakrishnan, senior journalist. We also have Ramachandran, who is a spokesperson of the Congress. Let me bring Sanjay Kumar first. Professor Sanjay Kumar, a realignment based solely on population would mean that the northern states will have an advantage, and they will also have a great degree of dominance in national politics. So the question that I ask here is that, is this fear which is being shared first by MK Stalin, now by Siddaramaiah, really misplaced, or are they preempting what is going to happen?
Not really misplaced. I think the way Ankit explained it was very clear. Whichever way you say, the southern states will definitely lose, because even if you increase the size of the Lok Sabha and whatever formula you apply, state population constituency ratio, whichever way you do, the growth of number of seats in southern states would relatively be less compared to the growth in the northern state, because the northern states population has grown up. So the fear that they are going to lose actually in terms of number of seats, no, they will not lose in number of seats. It's not that Tamil Nadu will go down from 39 to 31 or 32, because the number of seats in the Lok Sabha is going to increase. But the proportionality increase in the share of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka and southern state will be far less compared to the northern state. That's the fear, and that fear is not uncalled for. That's going to happen unless until the formula is, suppose Now, the idea is that 33% reservation will come in the next Lok Sabha election. So you increase 33% seats, you add 33% seats to all the states. That could be one formula. So suppose a state has 40 seats, 33% seats will be added. UP has 80 seats, 33% more seats will be added. So that will still maintain some kind of a parity, because even now we know southern states have less seats compared to the northern state. That could be the only, that could be one formula.
But Mr. Ramakrishnan, my question then is that in earlier delimitation exercises, the 1971 was used to ensure fairness and to recognize the developmental efforts of southern states. So keeping that in mind, do you think then the center can come up with a new formula?
As of now, whatever discussion we are having, it's all academic. But yes, of course, the new formula can be arrived at after working out consensus among all the stakeholders. Okay, but this asymmetric position with regard to population, okay, that is reality. So with which everybody has to come to terms. So if UP has got higher number of seats, because the UP has got more people than Tamil Nadu. So what do you do? Even now is that they say the UP has got 80 seats and Tamil Nadu has got 39. Okay, so the point is the equitable distribution. You can think of, and then you can work out different formula, and then so no equality or no parity. Okay, that is not possible. That is not fair also. Okay, but equitable, you can at least strive for working out equitable distribution of number of seats among the states. So that is the only thing that I can think of. Otherwise, it's otherwise you will have to freeze the number of seats. That is, you have to continue with what Vajpayee government did in 2001 or so. So they froze the number of seats, and then 543, and then within the 543, they redrew the boundaries. So the physical boundaries of the constituencies were changed about 15, 16 years ago. So that's the approach, that is the option you have.
Okay.
But when it comes to number of seats, I think you have to go for equitable distribution rather than equality or working out parity.
Okay. So equitable distribution can be achieved, but the larger question is that will that be the way forward? That is that's a question that I wish to ask Mr. Saravanan. Yeah. You know, it is a process which is going to begin. Census is yet to happen. And perhaps if you look at it, India is preparing for it. But given the kind of concerns that are being raised by the southern states, first by the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, now by Siddaramaiah, do you think that's more of some kind of fear mongering, as is being said by Home Minister Amit Shah?
Yeah, see, when it comes to the BJP and their devious ploys, nothing can count as fear mongering. It is the Prime Minister who said that the number of MPs are going to increase. We have here 840 seats at the inauguration of the new parliament, and when again Mr. Amit Shah on the floor of the assembly while introducing the women's reservation bill quoted saying that we will have this census immediately after the elections, and then the delimitation processes will go on. So they are the ones who sounded the bugle, and we cannot keep quiet, because this is a very, very important, crucial juncture in the future of our country. We have been scrupulously following the union government's diktats on population control. Now, using that, you cannot penalize us. You cannot come and say your population is down, so we will not be able to give you as many seats as that of UP, Bihar or Rajasthan. That will be totally against equity. That will be against natural justice. That is why our Chief Minister, see, this is the right time. We cannot start fighting against the machinations of the BJP at the last moment. There has to be enough momentum. Okay. And most importantly, the people of this country has to be made aware. The BJP will not do that.
Okay.
We all know how they will put in at the last moment.
Prashant ji, yes, if there are concerns of this nature, which are being shared by, states which contribute the highest to the GDP, then their concerns have to be addressed. Of course, Home Minister Shah yesterday assured that there would be no reduction in the number of seats. But if you look at the larger picture of proportional increase in comparison to the southern states, that doesn't give a very pleasant picture to these states.
See, Maria, firstly, to look at it from the point of view saying that something is going to happen and the southern states are losing is again only a figment of imagination. The Home Minister has assured one and all that no state will tend to lose any of his seats. And moreover, once the women's reservation bill comes in and the number of seats get increased, automatically the base is getting increased, wherein the states are getting higher representation. And insofar as the percentage of seats is concerned, probably what it stands today, whichever way you want to compare Tamil Nadu to UP or Madhya Pradesh to UP, why don't you now look at the seven sister states of the country, the northeastern states? Are they complaining? They are on course for Viksit Bharat. They have never complained saying that, look, we are being unfairly treated, because we know that those states also are integral part of the country, which Congress and its allies will not want to agree upon. Whereas, therefore, for the overall development of the country and keeping in mind the Viksit Bharat 2047, and once assurance is given that no state will lose, this is nothing but bringing in unwanted issues in the minds of the people, saying that it's what they did with CAA also. So therefore, saying that people will lose citizenship. Nobody lost citizenship. Any Indian citizen did not lose citizenship here. So therefore, it is the tactic of the India Alliance
Ramachandran then, that this is some kind of, your Chief Minister has called for unity of southern states. Is he not really sharpening that north-south divide?
Good evening. So, if a public debate on an important issue is started by the chief ministers of the southern states, then that's called, dividing the people. Where is division here? We are raising an important issue concerning the people of southern states, not just southern states, as the gentleman who spoke before me mentioned. It is going to affect the northeastern states, and not just the northeastern states, all the small North Indian states like Punjab and Haryana are also going to be affected. See, MPs that are elected to parliament are not just representatives of their constituencies. They are also representatives that the states sent to the parliament. So they are going to be the voice of the different states. So they are the federal voices. Now, if you proportionally reduce the number of our representatives in parliament, then our concerns, our issues will never have enough space in the parliament. So UP and Bihar and Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan are the only 4 states who are going to benefit from this exercise, which means the MPs and the issues concerning only these 4 states will get heard. This is against federalism. So this is the right time to talk about. We should make the public aware of the issues related to delimitation. Another important thing that we must all understand is, once the delimitation commission is formed and the commission does its job and comes up with a decision and it presents it to the parliament and the state assemblies, the decision of the delimitation commission cannot be contested in any court. So now is the time to talk. In a democracy, if you can't have a public discourse on something that concerns, our very democracy, the very basis of representation in parliament.
Maria, can I step in?
You call that, division creation and,
Maria,
how is that right?
Can I step in for a moment?
Yes, perhaps you should respond to this.
Yes.
That if the chief ministers are raising concerns, it cannot be termed as fear-mongering.
No, I'll answer that. Now, when the Congress spokesperson singles out certain states saying that only UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh will get most of the benefits here, is this statement endorsed by Rahul Gandhi now? because he represents Uttar Pradesh. Now, is he going to go to Uttar Pradesh and say, look, this is what we're going to do? So, therefore, these people have to understand the basic ethos that you should not confuse the people. You have to bring out the facts. The facts should remain that, as stated by the Home Minister, no state will tend to lose. And it's not that the issues of the states cannot be raised. And definitely when there are parties, and every political party has a representative in the Delimitation Commission, therefore all their concerns can be addressed when they put it across in the commission. So why do you want to now bring out this fear in the minds of the people that they're going to lose something which ultimately they will not lose? Because people will gain, the states will gain, and country will prosper. Congress and its allies are in the habit of not letting the country prosper.
Okay. Okay. Saravanan, quickly, 30 seconds. Yes, ma'am. 30 seconds. Please quickly respond.
See, the only problem is this. The BJP thinks, just a minute, just a minute.
The formula that we use currently, and the population of these 4 states have gone up several times, which means, according to the current way of determining the number of MPs, these states will have several times more representation in parliament. I'm just going by numbers and the current.
Can I come in, Maria?
Calculating the number of.
Okay, Mr. Saravanan, quickly respond, and then I bring in others.
See, that's what the problem. The statement of Mr. Amit Shah is very problematic. It's on a very slippery slope. He says the number of MPs will not decrease. So what does he mean? Does he mean that the MPs from North Indian states will increase? See the ratio. See, the 39 seats now represent of 544 is around 13.94%. So whatever be the increase or the decrease, this 13.94% of representation given to the state of Tamil Nadu should remain etched forever. For example, the United States, which is the classic example of a federal state, where the electoral college votes by which they choose their premier is frozen. Whatever be the population, whether the population increases or decreases, we cannot be penalized for following. Already we are penalized by the 15th Finance Commission, where the devolution of funds happen on the basis of the population. Again, we cannot be penalized on the same ground.
This is blatant
I have just enough time for Sanjay Kumar and T. Ramakrishnan. Sir, I'm coming back to you. Sanjay Kumar, my question is that delimitation exercise happens regularly when it is about states. You know, the boundaries of various constituencies are redrawn repeatedly. Does it put any political party on a disadvantage?
First, it doesn't happen regularly. It should happen regularly after every 10 years, which has not happened. Last delimitation exercise was completed in 2008. And after that, now we know that the earliest it will start will be in 2026. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen at a regular time. But I don't think that, it immediately puts some party on an advantageous position or immediately it puts some party on a disadvantageous position. It doesn't happen like that. But yes, now if we see two political parties having different kind of support base, suppose in the north and the south, suppose that's the situation, which is to some extent now, then the states which will gain in the North Indian state which is gain will certainly give the party which is strong in the North India some advantage. There's no doubt about that.
Okay. My last question to Mr. Ramakrishnan. The Delimitation Commission has been formed 4 times, 1952, 1963, 1973 and 2002. The delimitation did not happen after the census of 1981 and 1991. Now the question is that you need census for delimitation, and the government has said that the census exercise will happen and then delimitation will happen. If the parameter is census, then it certainly means it's about population, which in turn would mean that the southern states will be penalized because they have managed population control better. Mr. Ramakrishnan, yes.
That is, of course, so if population is the basis, yes, certainly the numbers will be much less in respect of southern states than in the north. But that's how it is. Even now, that's the arrangement that we are having. So the only thing is that when you increase the number of seats, you do it in such a manner that no state is given less in terms of proportionally. That is why I think he has used the term. I think the principle of pro rata basis he has used. but I don't think any formula has been, they have arrived at it. So they have kept it in mind. But the point is that you increase the number of seats in proportion to the, of course, the growth rate. Yes, growth rate is asymmetric. What do you do in a big country like India? Either you keep the number at frozen level, that is 543, or you increase the number of seats. But now this Bihar, there is a complaint that they have a population which is double the size of Tamil Nadu, and their MPs is only one more than Tamil Nadu. So what do you do? Do you think that you are very far to Bihar? So you have to keep in mind, I think, the concerns of all the states, and then of course arrive at a consensus, on a fair basis. So of course, some states will feel left out. Some states will feel, of course, they have gained more.
10 seconds to respond.
That's what
Unity. Does it, sharpen the divide between the north and the south is the bigger question. And
Maria, give me 10 seconds
if the concerns are, is it the right time to raise those concerns? Perhaps it's for the Chief Minister's wisdom. I would leave it to that. And perhaps end this discussion on that note. Thank you so much for joining us. The Home Minister has allayed fears, but of course, there has been a call of unity which has come in from Chief Ministers of 2 states in southern India. A quick break, and then we return with Left, Right and Centre.